can plug lamps, fans, toaster oven, coffee machine, so a variety of things, up to 13 items at the same time. So, and I know it's not cheap, but you know what? I was always envious and jealous of people that had generators, right? But generators are $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, and then you gotta maintain them because they're a combustion engine. They have to be outside. You have to run the wire through your windows or your doors. And where do you keep it? I don't even have a garage. Where would you keep it? I keep this on a shelf in my workout room. And when the power goes out, I pull it out, and I'm so excited to have it. I saw a bunch of these when people, throughout the year, people tailgating, they'll plug a blender into it. They'll plug lights when it gets nighttime. They bring it camping, boating, fishermen. Everybody loves it. Now, it's not cheap, all right? It's a generator, okay? It holds a lot of power. 1,260 watts of power are built into this. It never runs out. You recharge it over and over and over again. You just keep pumping, plug it in, it charges it up, and now you've got hours and hours and hours of runtime on this as well. So, all that being said, it is not inexpensive, okay? You guys are gonna get an incredible deal today because I think we actually took, what, $300 off today? $13.99 today, it's $10.99. If you use your credit card, it's $220 per month for 5 months, okay? If you get a brand new HSN credit card, it'll be $1,049. We'll take $50 off the price. If you get that card, you can stretch your payments with no interest fees at all over 18 months. You can own a generator, which you probably never thought you could afford or own. You can own one today for $61 per month. That's a tank of gas, all right, in your car. Actually, not even one. Mine was $63 yesterday when I filled my car up. It is so worth having, even if it's not an emergency. You just want to bring it out on the deck and you want to plug your blender into it. Maybe you don't have a plug out there, right? Or you want to plug a fan outside in the yard near the pool. You want to plug in a fan because it's hot. All right? Or a heater when it's cold. You could do all those things and you can do them lickety-split. Free shipping and handling, $61. It is the best money you will spend. Save it for you and your family. You never know when the power is going to go out. Justin Hyatt, my man, is standing by. Hey, buddy, you know I own this, and you know I recommend this to everybody. My brothers, they're all like, this thing is phenomenal.
Well, when you get it at home, the first thing you realize is the quality of it is amazing, right? When you read about it, you start to research it, you start to look around and see other brands. The reviews are unbelievable as well. Obviously, not even just on hsn.com, but when you read reviews, even articles about EcoFlow as a brand, they're the leaders in the whole industry of these power stations. And what you're really beginning to see is this evolution, like you were talking about, from gas to now electric. And you're reading one of the reviews right here. One of the greatest parts about this review, as you start to read through it, is it even discusses dialysis machines. So you're reading, watching the whole presentation earlier of food, the importance of food and water. Power is essential. So especially power being essential for those of you who rely on those medical devices. And for so long, like you were saying, Guy, the only other option was gas, a gas generator. And if you lived in an apartment or condo, you couldn't own one of those. So finally, you have a way to have power. So the big question is, if you lose power right now, what would you do? Now, here's what EcoFlow did. Made it easy and simple for you to have that power. One touch of a button, it's going to turn this unit on. That's it. There's no pull crank. There's no gas. There's no fumes. There's no fear of trying to run your generator inside of your home because of not having to worry about those fumes. On the very front, it's a full digital display. You don't need to guess how much power you're pulling, how much power is left. And here's one of the cool parts. I'm going to do this really quickly for you. We've got a refrigerator right here. This can power up 80% of your home appliances. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spin this around. You've got 6 different AC outlets on the very back. All I got to do now is plug it in, and I've got power to my refrigerator.
Wow.
Here's the other cool part. Is that not amazing?
Awesome.
Medical devices. How about maybe even medicine inside of our refrigerator, right? Here's the other cool thing. On the very front, we don't even need to guess how much power it's pulling or how much time we've got left. It's not pulling any power right now. The refrigerator's barely even running. So you get to have that idea, Guy, of what power you're pulling, how much power you've got left, and then it's all the other little things, right? It's your lights, it's your fans. If you live in somewhere where you consistently are losing power, we're going to give you a list of all of those different things that you can plug in. Your full-size refrigerator for over 20 hours. In fact, I believe we've run ours for well over 20 hours.
Wow.
A hair dryer. It's not just keeping food cool, it's also hot food, because this can power up nearly 1,800 running watts. So all of those high wattage appliances, your CPAP machine, your microwave, your lights, your your coffee makers, of course, that being one of those essential things that all of us need. And then all of our phones, you have all the USB ports in the very front here. We got a full-size TV, which I apologize is not on right now, and that's because I was messing around and I turned the TV off. Sorry about that. But what we also have in front of it is that CPAP machine. If you rely on medical devices, here's one of the cool parts about your EcoFlow. It acts like an emergency power source. So if you have your CPAP machine plugged into your EcoFlow and your EcoFlow plugged into the wall, as you're going to see right here, guys showing you all these different outlets, if you lose power in 20 milliseconds, your EcoFlow is going to automatically turn on. So that could be a freezer inside of the garage. That could be your CPAP machine. That could be all of those other different devices that you want plugged in. You have 13 different devices, guy, plugged in simultaneously into your EcoFlow. So whatever you want, 80% can be powered from your EcoFlow.
Well, imagine this. Let me just present something for you. Wake up in the morning, you got no power. So you're like, okay, something must have happened. Somebody maybe one of the storm or whatever. You can plug into this a fan if you can't sleep to keep you cool. You could go and plug your coffee machine into here. You could plug a toaster into here. You can make breakfast, okay? You can heat things. You can do all that when you have this unit. It's a generator. It's not cheap. $61 a month if you have an HSN credit card, and you'll get $50 off if you're using it for the first time. If you want to break up the payments, you can utilize your FlexPay, which we have available if you're using your credit card. Great item to buy our credit card today. It recharges up to 80% in an hour. 1,260 watts of power. 13 devices at the same time. Hey, the only thing missing here, you don't have to put gas in it. Not only that, since a generator is a traditional gas generator, is a combustion engine in and of itself, it cannot be inside. It has to be outdoors. You don't bring your generator into your kitchen, okay? You have to run a plug through a window, which means now you gotta leave your house open. Okay? That's another thing I didn't like. So what's nice about this, and again, it's not cheap. It's an investment for you and your family. It's a backup battery source, power source, so that you can still exist, get by. Justin, I said when we were talking about the ReadyWise food, there are two ways that everybody goes through an emergency, and you know what I'm gonna say, right? You can survive it. Oh, first of all, you cannot survive it. That's one way, so there's three ways, okay? You can survive it, which is good, but the best way is to thrive in it, right? Best way is to be like, I'm feeding my family, there's lights on in the house, we've got heat, we've got warmth, we've got toast, we have coffee. Even if you have a little electric griddle, you can make pancakes. You can still have a life, and you don't feel like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? It's been 5 hours. The food is starting to melt in the refrigerator. Plug the refrigerator into it.
Right.
I mean, honestly, I don't know how I lived without it for so long, because like I said before, when I go to sleep at night, I know that, you know what? If something happens, I'm okay, Danny's okay, all right? I mean, that's just me and Dan. Well, he's not even home right now because he's in college, that's my son. But I know that I'm doing the right thing. And if you're a parent, or even if you're not a parent, maybe you've got fur babies, right? And you want to plug in an electric heater or something, that you can plug into here to keep you warm, that's your job, okay? That's part of your job. You ever try to, I sleep with a fan all the time. I can't sleep without a fan. I have a fan I can plug into this. It goes on and on and on. So if you want to get it, as I said, $220 per month on your card, interest-free, but get the HSN credit card, $61. I think it's like $61.11 per month, and you own a generator. And you don't wait for it, you get it right away. So if you're worried, it's only February. Chances are we're gonna get more snow, right? Florida, I mean, go figure Florida, right? It's 80 degrees the other day, today it's 60. Tonight it's gonna be in the 30s in northern Florida. Power goes out, you're cold. Plug in a way to something that keeps you warm, right? Same thing in the summer, right? You have we get hurricanes here and we get tornadoes. If anything kills the power faster than a hurricane or tornado, I don't know what it is. And the power will go out for hours, sometimes days. I love it because I know I can get from point A to point B. I can get through that time, that tough time. I don't have to worry about it. So right now you can see I've got a fan plugged in. I also have a light plugged in. I could plug my phone because I've got USBs. I'll use this one over here to show you. So there's USBs over here. So I can plug a whole bunch of USB ports inside there. There's even the smaller micros there. So I can plug my phone in. On the other side, notice that you've got tri-plug capability here. So if you have a grounded plug, that little hole right there is where that third prong goes, okay? And you've got 6 of those right there. And you've got got the little port here, like like the little adapter that you have in your car, so you can plug units in that take that plug as well. All this with free shipping and handling. Get it home. I know it takes a little while for people to digest all this, but remember, it's not like a gas generator where it may run out of gas. Okay, this will run out of power after hours and hours and hours, but all you do is when the power comes on, or if a neighbor has power, you plug it back in. You don't have to go to the gas station, which, by the way, in emergencies, gas stations are usually pretty crazy places. You're handling it yourself and you're doing it under your roof, and you will love it. Now, if you're a camper or a tailgater, hey, the Rams won. You know how happy I am right now, okay? If you're a tailgater, imagine bringing your blender to the tailgate. Or you want to toast some rolls and you want to bring your little toaster. You want to make bagels, whatever. You can do that with this as well. So not just always scary, sometimes just for fun, Justin.
Yeah, well, that's why we love the Delta, because it's a perfect size for the fun, for the emergency. It only weighs 30 pounds, so it's definitely manageable power. It's not a 100-pound gas generator, where, keep in mind, you also need to store the gasoline. And like you said, I don't want to, we've been through hurricanes here. We get it, right? The lines are already out, miles long before the hurricane even gets there. Afterwards, good luck getting gas. So this is a great way to do that. You were mentioning all the different ways to recharge it. This doesn't have one way to power it like a gas generator would. It's got 3 different ways to power it. You have obviously plugging it into the wall. And speaking of which, when you plug this into the wall, something that can power up your refrigerator for nearly 30 hours only recharges from 0 to 80% in a little over an hour. Think about the power that is. You start to look at competitors, they take upwards of 10 hours to recharge, okay? So this is the difference between others and the EcoFlow Delta. The other thing about it is you can use solar, and I have the solar panel right here, because now you can use the sun to be completely self-sustaining. This is why campers, this is why RVers absolutely love this, because you can go completely off the grid and now use the power of the sun to simply power up your unit. The other option, the third option, is you can actually plug this into your vehicle. So you've got 3 different ways. And of course, yes, like you were saying, Guy, go to a neighbor's house if they have power. In an hour, you've got this nearly completely fully charged.
Yeah.
Here's the other thing that you can do. I talked about using a refrigerator. This is perfect, right? I just want to show you. I do have the refrigerator plugged right here into the back of the unit. Simply by plugging it in, I'm not having to worry about lugging out a gas generator. If I live in an apartment or condo, I can't do that. Do you have insulin in a refrigerator you need to keep cold? That's important. But here's the other thing. It's the high wattage that you can get. So we were talking about those, what was it? What was the food that you had on earlier?
ReadyWise, yeah.
Guy, what was it?
ReadyWise.
The ReadyWise.
Yeah.
So if you got the ReadyWise food, maybe you want to throw it in into the microwave. You can use your microwave for an hour. This is plugged right here into my Delta, simultaneously powering up my television. So you start to look at all of those different things, and this little one-pager, that's just scratching the surface.
Yeah.
You start to think about what you need, Guy, to prioritize. It's your refrigerator for your food, the freezer for your food, maybe medicine, and of course the medical devices.
Yeah.
Now cooking your food with your microwave,
Sure.
and then entertainment with your TV.
Yeah.
This is going to have you completely covered through the whole entire gamut of being out of power for a day or maybe 2.
And what about your modem and your router, right? Power goes out, right? Nothing's working. You could plug that in and your TV, and you can watch TV. Just because the power's out doesn't mean the signals are all out there. It just means you're not getting any electricity, all right? So you could plug computers into here. You could plug routers, modems, all those things. Listen, get it, all right? You all know me. I own it. I would probably say, I don't know too many people here at the network that I work with, in our cruises who haven't bought one of these. And if you can get, we're tough critics, right? If you can get people here to universally buy something that's expensive, it's because they all have that same thought. Like my producer Kyle, he just had another baby, and he's got like 11 kids or something by now. No, he's got 3. But he's got a family, right? He's got a wife and 3 beautiful children. He bought it because he's like, listen, even if the power goes out for 4 hours, everybody's panicking. The grown-ups panic, little kids panic as well. So what's nice for my producer Kyle is that if the power goes out, he can plug in whatever he needs for the kids, right? Whether it's a toaster to make them their little waffle things in the morning, or whether it's to put his bagels in there, your coffee machine. Because I know Kyle's a big coffee guy. Maybe you are as well. You can do all these. Look at this: your phones, your laptops, your cameras. A drone, I guess, if you got a drone. What about your electric car? Maybe you got one of those. There's your toaster. There's your fry pan. There's your grill. All right? you can do all these different, I love looking at this. Air compressor, hammer, drills, welding machine. I don't have one of those. Concrete vibrator. I don't have one of those either, but maybe you do, right? Maybe these are one of the tools that you own and you're like, I want to be able to use it. All right, and remember, the more wattage of an item, the less power you will have to do it, so you'll get less time. But if you're doing a TV, 7 hours on a big screen TV, that's huge, right? And now you can keep in contact with the outside world. We have about 5 minutes remaining, so let me tell you how you can get it home. First of all, if you use your credit card, $220 for 5 months. All right, interest-free, no shipping, free shipping and handling. If you get an HSN credit card today, not only will I give you, or we will give you $50 to spend as you wish on this, I would hope, but then we'll spread your payments out without any interest payments over 18 months. 18, I almost said 12. It's $61 a month for what you pay for a tank full of gas, which you would never blow off. Yeah, I gotta have gas, I gotta get from here to there. This is way more important because you know, you can always find another gas station. But if you don't have a way to power up your home, you're sitting in the dark and you've got no way to heat food, no way to heat your family. You can't see anything if it's dark, right? You can't sleep because you don't have a fan, you don't have lights. You can do that. Manufacturer's 2-year warranty. By the way, that warranty covers so many different features of this. For a lot of you out there, you like to get our Protection Plus, which I could recommend on this as well. I have it, which spills, breaks, all those things. It covers everything above and beyond what the regular warranty won't cover. So that is not a bad idea in addition. So get it home for $61. Sleep well at night. Don't fear if there's a storm that your family won't be able to see or eat or keep warm when you have a generator and not a gas generator. I'm not against those, but where am I gonna put it? I don't even have a garage, I got a shed. If I put a generator in the shed, it's gonna take up the whole shed. And then I gotta leave it outside on a snowy day and run a cord through my window? Sorry. This is much more convenient, much more user-friendly, I would say as well, Justin. Really easy to operate.
Super easy. That's one of the biggest things about it. It's simplified. You know, we were talking about comparing it to a gas generator. If you have a garage, great. Do you know how to use a generator? When's the last time you run your generator? Do you really want, like you were saying, Guy, a cord all the way 20 feet, 30 feet? Because remember, your generator needs to be 20 feet away from your home, all the way to your house. And then what about if you need something in your bedroom? This can run inside of your home. There's no fumes, there's no gas, there's no maintenance. It's simple, one touch of a button to turn it on. You can see it right here, a full display, so no guessing. This is running my refrigerator. Right back here, I've got one that's running my TV. In fact, it says I got 25 hours left on that full-size television. I can cook my food with it, can keep my food cool with my refrigerator. This is the future of having power anywhere you want and when you need it. And like you said, Guy, it's an investment, absolutely, but it's an investment you make today that's going to change the rest of your life in the next few years of when you're having this. And then for the fun stuff of going tailgating, taking this out camping, or just simply going outside on the balcony and having a nice fan blowing on your face so you can actually enjoy the great outdoors, or even keeping yourself warm. I've got a heating blanket right here. I can run a heating blanket, Guy, for 8 hours, right? So if you're talking about keeping yourself warm, especially during the winter time right now, plug a heating blanket in and you're gonna have a full night's sleep of staying warm underneath this blanket.
Yeah, it's not cheap, but it's worth it. It really is. You're gonna sleep better at night. Literally, too, if you need a fan like me to sleep with, you can plug a fan into here. Hey, by the way, the solar panel, you can basically, we're giving you $300 off the sale price of the Delta. And you may want to consider using that $300 to get the solar panel. That way you're off the grid. So if you do have no power and no way to recharge your Delta, you can actually use the solar panels outside when the sun clears out, right, or clears up, and you got sunshine. You can use it outside. You simply put it outside. It plugs directly into your Delta, and it'll recharge that for you as well. And that is also available on FlexPay with free shipping and handling. 707-265. Justin, great job. As always, my friend, it is good to see you, pal.
Always great to see you. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. See ya.
Excellent. Thank you, my friend. 707-265 if you want to get the solar panel. Don't go anywhere. We've got a great hour coming up, including our best value of the day. Time for brand new towels. Right now, take a listen to our Andrew Lessman monthly special. He's got something going to make you feel good, and we'll see you in just a bit.